Hey guys, it's me again. I'm doing a psychic reading on our favorite couple, Pam and Jim, but the actual people who play their roles. Obviously, I can't do a psychic reading on fictional characters, so we're gonna do a psychic reading on. Let me find their names really quick. Well, yeah, I don't know who played them. Emma, okay, what's her face? John Krasinski and Jenna Fischer. So we're gonna do a psychic reading on them. I don't know if they've ever been together or anything like that. I didn't really do that much research. Um, okay. Okay, so I want to start off with John, Jim, John. So John is very masculine. I feel like me giving you this reading is gonna ruin the vibe for the Jim and Pam. Um, but whatever, we're gonna go there. So these two people are actually very different from the characters they play on screen, especially John. John is very masculine. He's not like he has a very chill vibe on the show. He doesn't really have that. He's not really that chill. Like I feel like he's very masculine, manly. He's also very serious. I'm getting a lot of air energy, but also he definitely has some strong water placements and strong air placements in his chart somewhere. I am getting he might have like a rising in Scorpio. I'm definitely getting like some Gemini Libra kind of energy from him. So I am seeing that there is a lot of strength, and there is he loses his temper is kind of what I'm saying. He does lose his temper. He can be kind of like passive aggressive about certain things. I feel like he doesn't really show us that on the show. I mean, obviously he's playing a fictional character, but I do remember maybe like in 2010 I saw an interview with him, and he seemed pretty like nice. Like I don't know, he didn't really give me that. He didn't give me a bad vibe or anything, but I am seeing that he is kind of a forceful person. And I also see that he kind of overpowers. He's kind of like a d-bag, honestly, from the energy that I'm getting. I feel like he overpowers women. Like sometimes when he speaks, um, I feel like he has this superiority, not inferiority, but he feels like he's superior to other people, is what I'm trying to say here. Um, I feel like he has a lot of entitlement. I don't know why I'm picking up like negative vibes. Like I really was not expecting that. Um, and I think this is a recent picture. There is like a femininity about him, but it's so like there is toxic masculinity about him as well. And I feel like it's kind of, oh, I can get whatever I want. I don't know how to explain it. He's like, yeah. I'm gonna look for a better picture. Yeah, let's just stay with John, John Kowalski or whatever. We'll stay doing his reading first. Um, and these are recent pictures. I feel like, so I am channeling this energy from when he first started. This is the picture I'm using. I feel like he still had that huge ego back when he was in that scene, or like that was 2003, I think. Um, he had a really big ego, but there is a femininity side to him that I guess he would channel to get that character played across well. But I am seeing that he's always had some type of entitlement. Um, yeah, like he always knew that every girl would want him type of, kind of like the school douchebag, but not like the jock type, kind of like the, I don't know, like, he would play mind games type of thing. Um, Gemini vibes. I don't really know what his birthday is, but I feel like there's also in this picture especially, there's an energy for him coming through that he could have any girl in the palm of his hands, like I said before, and I think that he still has that mentality now. Um, like nobody is good enough for him, if you get what I'm saying. And I do believe that he's married. What is his name? John. Oh, God. I mean, if this doesn't just say it, then I don't know what does. This guy, all right, well now he's actually suffering from some minor depression. I'm assuming this is a recent picture. He's suffering from some emotional turmoil, minor depression. I feel like he must have he kind of I feel like he lost somebody recently. This might be a loved one that passed away. This might be an ex-girlfriend. Maybe he broke up with his girlfriend. Um, so there is that like feminine side of him, that feminine shadow self of him coming out. I feel like he suppressed that side of him so long because he has this air of like toxic masculinity. Like I said, the D-boy thing, that I can have any girl in the palm of my hand thing, the overpowering woman thing. He has that complex to him. And this is nothing new. I saw this in the oldest picture that I showed you. He's always had this. But now I feel like since he's getting older, he's really like suppressed a lot of his feminine energies. But I do feel like he's coming into some type of awakening with his heart, and that's kind of overpowering him. Like he needs to address these issues now, and that's overpowering him, and that's kind of putting him into a slight depression right now. And I'm not sure exactly how old he is. Yeah, I'm getting so many Gemini vibes. Let's just see. I mean, I don't think just because I say I don't think he's a Gemini, but he definitely has some strong air placements here. When's his birthday? Ooh, Libra. I was close. Oh, he has a wife. Oh, he has kids. Oh, shit. So, like I said, he has that complex to him where, and Libras are very romantic, so this makes sense of why, he was such a good player for the show, because Libras are very romantic. But God, with air signs, I just see the snake in it. Like, not that saying air signs are snakes, but they are very sneaky, and just the way they play these mind games, like these mental games. Not hating on any air signs here. I'm obviously talking about unevolved air signs rather than evolved air signs that know how to channel that energy and transmute it into something positive. But when we have immature, anybody in any sign, obviously, when we have immature people, they use these tactics to manipulate people. And, it's all about I'm better than you and whatever else. And he's the type of person that if he can get a reaction out of you, he will, and he'll feed off of that. So before this gets super long into a reading on him, let's look at his relationship with his actual relationship with Jenna Fischer. Okay, even in this picture, I'm seeing that he really had a lot of power struggles with Jenna. Um, I'm seeing that he always wanted the spotlight. Like I said, this guy has a very big ego. He always wanted the spotlight. But Jenna is just so like effortlessly there. And we all know that, she was kind of the star. I mean, he was too, like every girl wanted him back in the day. But he felt like she kind of stole his shine. And he was very jealous of it. And when it came to how he felt around her, he felt inferior around her because, obviously they're sharing the same amounts of power. Like, this is the couple of, like, this is a big deal kind of couple. But he felt like she was getting more attention than him. And that really messed with his ego. And like I said, for somebody like that that's so unevolved, that really hurt him like at a soul level. Just very shallow. But I feel like now, that recent picture I sent you, he's not really as shallow. Like, there's things that are really getting to him now. He's really having to come to terms with his emotions, which, you know, we always see the psyche can't really be, like, shut down or totally ignored, because then we have, like, issues with, you know, when you suppress it for so long, it's going to come out in some way, if you guys know what I mean. So his relationship with her, I don't really see any, like, okay, I'm looking for like a real, like a telling picture of like how he was thinking and feeling the day that he took the picture. Um, okay, I'm gonna use this picture. So I do see that he actually did care about her. I feel like she's more grounded than him, meaning that she's more of a warm-blooded animal. She generates her own heat, whereas he's more cold-blooded. He kind of relied on her for, and like I said, I'm not saying this was like a relationship or anything. I'm just seeing that like they're dynamic, and because they're so like known to be together. So I feel like his identity kind of, in a way, did depend on her in some ways. That his identity was focused on him. On her. And it's weird to say that since they weren't together, but just like when you have so much fame and, you know, people, it's like you're kind of in a relationship with that person in the same way we, you know, some of us like will really rely on our partner and be codependent on our partner. It's kind of a dynamic like that, even if they weren't like together. I haven't asked that yet though. Okay, I'm automatically hearing that this is more like the relationship between them, even if they were just friends. That it was more about his ego. There were a lot of ego struggles from them, but he didn't really want to share the spotlight. And she's more grounded. She's a very nice woman. I'm seeing that. Like very good values. She had her own struggles. I feel like there was, in this picture, whenever this was, there was somebody that she was in a relationship with that she was currently fighting with. And she kind of was upset. Like, she had heartache, I guess. Yeah, she definitely had heartache. And she... Okay, I'm hearing something about children. Maybe she just had a child. Yeah, maybe she just had a child. She was going through some type of like postpartum depression when this picture was taken. Yeah, let me get a better picture. So I feel like she's very authentic, whereas he was all about putting on a show. Um, and I'm assuming they were young, like they were in their 30s when this picture came out, and maybe even younger actually. I know it came out like a long time ago. And there was also something that he admired about, you know, the glamour of Hollywood, and I guess he was like kind of scratching some feminine psychological itch when he was on the red carpet, where he would have this attitude where he could just play anybody and play into somebody that he's not. And like I said, when we have people they don't know how to identify as themselves, and they're, you know, kind of cold-blooded, they will literally identify as, sometimes you see as their partner, like just codependent. I feel like he really identified with his character, and her, like, you know, kind of codependent on the attention that they got together. Like, he needed this show to keep going on in order for his ego to be, like, satisfied. I feel like I'm not, like, getting this across. I'm sorry. Like, Spirit will give me message, and it's hard to sometimes translate into words. Um, so were they in love? No, this guy was way too much in love with himself. He was way too involved with himself. There could have been potential, but I feel like she didn't know that he was like so egotistic. Like it was just she kind of sees the good in everybody. Fuck, what is this girl's name? What is her name? Jenna Fischer. She sees the good in everybody. She's a very good-hearted person. Um, but yeah. So hold on. I don't see that this relationship. It really was never. I don't see that they ever had anything. Like there was chemistry between these two people, and I feel like that it was more so because he's a Libra, very romantic. He is very romantic. He knows how to like manipulate um manipulate people. Like I said, air signs, they have the aspect of the snake. So he kind of, not saying that he like manipulated her because I don't see that, but um they're both of them are just very romantic people. She has a very big heart and he was just very romantic, and I feel like this is why there was so much chemistry between both of them. But I don't see that there was any type of relationship. And if it was, I'm seeing he was kind of a narcissist. He probably still is a narcissist. I don't think it ever would have worked out. I'm seeing like a lot of earth and water energy in her. Taurus, Virgo, maybe Cancer, or a strong placement somewhere in her chart. Um, Not sure. Let me see. Jenna Fischer. You guys like it when I do zodiacs. I feel like she's a Cancer. Oh, Pisces. She was a Pisces. So, yeah, that's why I feel like this relationship just worked out. We have one person that's very romantic. We have one person with a really big heart, obviously, Pisces, and she has a lot of romantic energy on her too, but she's more grounded. But I am seeing that, the real him, it was kind of snake. He had that energy to him, and also kind of narcissistic, whereas she's the exact opposite of that. And I feel like maybe that's also a dynamic of why these two people really got along together. She has a really, really strong aura, a very good energy to her. Yeah, and obviously narcissists and people that are very, very good people, like big hearts, they are drawn to each other like honey and flies. So I hope you guys like this reading. Let me know what you think. And if you guys want a reading of your own, I'll link everything below. Bye.